So hi everyone, I'm Gina from Syte. Today I'm going to be joined by Becki Francis from Moveable Inc., where she heads up the retail strategy. Thank you so much, Becki, for joining us.
Yeah, hi Gina, great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So today we're actually going to tackle a topic that is very top of mind, especially coming up to the end of the year now and the end of the holiday season. And that's customer loyalty and really building and developing those long-term relationships with customers. So I think let's start off with the conversation by, what makes loyalty and customer relationships right now so important in the era of e-commerce?
Yeah, well, I think loyalty has always been really important to retailers, especially because, of course, it's more cost effective to retain existing customers than it is to acquire lots of new customers. But I think it's really come to the forefront since the onset of the pandemic and this huge acceleration of digital and growth in e-commerce that we saw as a result of that. And that's really because in the online forum, it's so easy, and we've all been there, right, to find similar products, to compare prices, compare promotional stands, shipping timeframes, all of those things. And that's all meant that loyalty is so much more elusive, and retailers are having to work a lot harder to get customers engaging regularly with their brands. As you mentioned, it's holiday season as well, so there's always a time when customer fluidity is really heightened, and retailers acquire lots of new gift givers and Black Friday promotion seekers as well. So it's definitely front of mind for a lot of the retailers that I'm working with at the moment.
Yeah, and that makes total sense. And especially now with those new customers that are coming onto brands' websites, especially the Gen Z, I think that group of customers, they have absolutely no loyalty. And they're so used to the social media platforms that they shop on, such as Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or TikTok, or any of these user experiences are really intuitive. They're really seamless. And I think when these customers are coming onto e-commerce retailers' websites, they're actually expecting the exact same sort of experience. And I think, as you said, like coming to the end of the year now with all of these new customers that are coming onto the website, how do these retailers really, grow those relationships with those customers going on into, let's say, the new year and continuing into 2022?
We will come to expect really great digital experiences. And that translates into retail as well. If we have a really good experience on one platform, consumers aren't thinking of different verticals in different buckets. They're thinking, okay, I had a great experience here. I want to be able to replicate that convenience and seamlessness in the next experience as well. So we're really going to have to think about loyalty in a different way than we have done before, and really prioritize that customer relationship, that customer convenience, and bring customer centricity to the forefront of those relationships.
So, Becki, that's actually a great segue then, moving into the next question, which is really about, okay, so we've discussed, why is brand loyalty so important? But I guess the next question is, well, what's at the foundation of brand love and brand loyalty? Because there is a difference between repeat purchases and actual true loyalty of a customer to a brand.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. Great question. I think that we tend to conflate loyalty with repeat purchasing sometimes. And if we can get someone to buy again and come back to our website, maybe they're loyal, even if we have to be in this constant cycle of promotion to get them to come back and keep buying. But we are seeing a really significant shift in that approach across the sector. I liked the word you used earlier about a customer relationship, because that's at its core what it is, right? It's reciprocal benefit, it's transparency, it's value. And those things aren't always rooted in just driving the next sale from that consumer.
I actually always think of loyalty with with brands and retailers is like this first impression, right? When you meet someone and you're creating a new relationship with someone, that first impression, that first 5 minutes, whatever it is, like you're really trying to understand, does this other person understand me? Can I make a connection with them? Can I be loyal to them? Okay, so I guess this takes us to the meat, right? So what will actually create that stickiness for customers for brand loyalty?
Yeah, well, in my opinion, personalization is really at the heart of this. And going back to that recent survey that we conducted at Moveable Inc., we found that 68% of consumers say that they're likely to be a loyal customer if a brand kind of puts in that effort to build a personal relationship with them. And I think we can think about this offline as well. Like, you're more likely to engage with a retailer or perhaps a restaurant or any other service if they put the effort of knowing your name, understanding who you are and what you want. And that's identical to the experience that customers are looking for online as well. The danger is that personalization is such a buzzword. It's thrown around so much, it becomes quite ambiguous and quite difficult to pin down. I think there are two parts to personalization. The first part is really getting an understanding of what that individual customer wants and needs from your brand. So not at a segment level ideally, but at a one-to-one customer, individual level. Customers need to feel heard and feel like your brand understands them. So know what they're wanting, understand their needs and intent. And then the second part of that, crucially, is acting on it. So if a customer has entrusted you with their information, use it to deliver value. So that could be offering rewards or product recommendations, or tailoring your loyalty points program to make sure that you're giving them exactly what they need with the data that they provided you with.
Yeah, and I think, Becki, these are all really impactful experiences, all these offline campaigns. But I know, like with email or SMS, you're also trying to push people online. So I guess if we jump from offsite now to onsite, let's talk about, those stickiness factors that retailers can try and create with their customers.
Yeah, definitely. I think the first thing I'll say on that point is that there needs to be cross-channel consistency. If you're delivering a personalized experience in email or a mobile or any other channel off-site, we need to make sure that we're replicating that when the customer gets to your website, that the product recommendations, that the personalized promotions, anything you're personalizing outside of the website could carry through online as well. And it comes back to that point that we mentioned earlier around personalization and making sure that everything is intuitive and convenient for that customer, particularly again, as we come into holiday and people are perhaps time poor, trying to get the gift on time. Let's make sure that we're making it as seamless and as easy as possible for that consumer when they land on the website.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think also just going back to that first impression sort of mindset, even when someone's coming onto your website, whether it is that first time or you have a relationship with that brand, those different navigation journeys, they need to be completely customized for that person and that type of shopper. So if someone prefers to be shopping or doing product discovery via visual aids, or if they want to be using words in the search text bar, there needs to be that seamless and intuitive experience, as you were just saying, for every single different type of shopper. Maybe something that's also interesting just to share is that we know that from our data that retailers that are using these product discovery tools are seeing a 19% higher lifetime value from their customers, as well as a 12% higher retention rate. So just from those data points, we also see that it's just got this lifetime, value to the retailers using these types of tools. And I think there are different ways. You were talking about personalizing, making sure that every user has a very customized experience, and there are different ways to do this, right? The layout of the page, product recommendations, different user-generated content. So there's lots of ways to really create the stickiness on site for customers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Becki, just to wrap up what we've discussed around loyalty and creating that long-term customer relationship, maybe you can just give us those top 2 tips that you would love to give retailers going into 2022.
Yeah, definitely. First one, I'll keep it nice and simple. Omni-channel is best. So make sure that whatever experience you're delivering on site, you can replicate in email and mobile and vice versa. Secondly, definitely comes back to that word relationship. I know you keep coming back to, but as we go into holiday season, and this year that's compounded by supply chain issues, meaning that customers are needing to kind of shop around more than perhaps they would do to make sure they're getting their gifts and getting them on time. We're going to have to work harder than ever to make sure that we're putting those customers back in the new year. Start thinking about that now. Start optimizing your welcome program. Start optimizing your post-purchase experience, and crucially optimizing that on-site experience as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just going to add on to that relationship, just for retailers to keep remembering that this is almost like a first impression. You want to make sure you're giving that very intuitive, simple, and customized and personalized shopping experience to every single person or type of shopper that actually comes onto your website. So Becki, it was great to have you. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you all soon.